Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Obviously, Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2 have been struggling throughout the year in general, I would say, but specifically post Season 4 Reloaded, things have been kind of messy. Obviously, with the update launching and there being all sorts of stability issues and the game being unplayable for a lot of players, the game's been up and down all year long. And something that the devs do to try and help with the transparency a bit is they have their Trello boards. And if you actively watch the various update videos that I put out, we are oftentimes covering the Trello board, previewing some of the things that they are investigating or some things that they revealed they have fixes coming for in the future. This is the overall Trello board that we have here, and there's all sorts of different tabs. This is the Infinity Ward one in specific that features some global issues between multiplayer, DMZ, and Warzone alike. There's some Battle Royale specific ones as well. DMZ's got its own custom ones. Multiplayer, despite being Infinity Ward's main priority, only has a few things listed as I'm recording this video, but this is where we get a glimpse into some of what the devs are working on. But this doesn't get updated as often as it probably should. We go weeks at a time at points where this only receives one or two changes and they're pretty minuscule. However, there is a member of the community here that is putting in the work right now to gather all sorts of data from the various niches of Call of Duty. We're talking Battle Royale, we're talking DMZ, multiplayer, global as well, and this individual is combining all these issues and basically making a community Trello board to help out the devs and highlight the major issues that are not being addressed by them. This individual is Chad of Duty. Great name, by the way. We've talked about Chad here on the channel before when he initially made this community Trello, but I actually want to revisit it now and, shine some light on this Trello itself in case anyone from Infinity Ward or Raven or anyone from Call of Duty who can help out here is watching this video, because ultimately, as you guys know, the end goal every time I'm posting videos is to help make the game better, either help make you guys better at the game or be able to provide a level of information that helps improve the quality of the game in general, right? And this Trello board here does exactly that. So this is what we got going on the community Trello board from Chad, and I want to go through the various different categories here. So there are a few things that have been fixed that are from this Trello board actually, which is already showing that it is having an impact on the game in general, but some general co-op issues here. There's just one thing listed, and this is actually a new one. Some players are not receiving rewards upon completion of a raid. I've noticed this for Season 4 Reloaded with the raid finale. A lot of players are going for that veteran raid camo. I've seen reports of players not actually unlocking that once they complete the mission, which sucks because that could take, half an hour, depending on your level of skill and how quickly you're able to go through and actually unlock it and beat the raid. So it's a pretty big deal. You're only playing the raid for the rewards in most cases, and then you're not getting the rewards. Big bug there. DMZ's got some pretty big ones here. There's one that's listed as critical. Some players are encountering invisible enemies in combat. This is one that is obviously a very big problem, and it's not to do with the anti-cheat coming into play. We know that there's the invisibility cloak sort of thing going on there. It's just straight up a bug that is in the game that somehow makes players invisible. I don't know how that makes it in, but it's a thing, and critical is an appropriate denomination for that. Controller players using prioritize interact cannot loot stashes, access supply drops, or other ones. This has been a thing for a long time. I remember back when I was actually grinding DMZ, this was causing me issues, and it's kind of rough that one's not fixed yet. Insured weapons failed to equip. This is one that Infinity Ward's mentioned in patch notes multiple times, but it's still not fully fixed. The challenge names and calling card rewards for extracting with exfil 5 times and extracting gold are the same, and players are not receiving the new frontier calling card from extracting 100 gold bars. So just mission progress is not accurately tracking. Again, things that are not highlighted on the Infinity Ward or Raven Trellos, and things that have not been addressed by the studios in various patch notes or other means of communication. We've got some Warzone 2 reported issues here as well. By the way, as we're breaking everything down here, if you guys are new to the channel, every day I got you covered with all things going on in COD. So when we see updates, patch notes that talk about some of these issues, meta breakdowns, I got you covered with all of it. So feel free to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. And if you enjoy the video, if you want to share it around and help get as many eyes on it as possible, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. That's really what could help actually get these things fixed in game, right? But anyways, for Warzone 2, players have found themselves trapped in the gulag until match end, possibly caused by the jailbreak event. So if you happen to have that pop up and you're in the gulag actively, it can cause you to not be released, and then you're just sitting in the gulag and you can't ever get out. Obviously completely ruins that entire match. Some players have been killed by an unintended third player spawning beside them in the gulag. This is like one of few issues with the gulag in particular. There's other times where yes, this player can spawn in and suddenly you're getting killed by someone who you're not supposed to be fighting, but also the player can actually move before the gulag countdown timer is over and the like gulag 1v1 actually starts. So you can start running with 7 seconds left, be in your enemy's spawn, and then the second it hits 0, you can shoot them and they can stand no chance because they weren't able to move, right? Obviously game breaking as well. And then players have reported hearing spectator footsteps while in the gulag arena. This is one that's been somewhat addressed in patch notes previously. It was on the actual Raven and Infinity Ward Trellos for some time, but footstep audio in general still is something that's so far from being ideal here in Warzone 2, which is mildly, actually no, not mildly, wildly unfortunate. Then for multiplayer, we've got some much more described here for issues. Critical, the overclocked perk enables players to call in unlimited smokes and farm score in battle map S&D. This has been an exploit for some time now when this playlist is live, and it was never addressed for some reason. Usually any exploit that has to do with players getting bonus XP is fixed right away. This one, for whatever reason, has been a prolonged exploit. The Castov 762 Heated Madness blueprint is textured incorrectly, so kind of a small one there. Changing classes mid-game from the Wampa Fruit Frag Grenade equipped causes future classes to show that the player doesn't have any equipment. So if you're someone who uses that, I've seen a lot of reports of people saying, hey, why doesn't it show that I have any equipment? That could be why. And again, that's something super niche, but something that Infinity Ward might not even be aware is causing this issue. And now this Community Trello is pinpointing it, hopefully sort of expediting this getting fixed. Players are unable to stop firing their weapons, exhausting the Wheelson while firing its main turret. The alley map only has one player spawning in private matches. There's some split screen issues here. Riot shields do not display decals and stickers when held, nor camos if they're on your back, so you can't really show off anything there. Integrated suppressor barrels are not correctly concealed during enemy UAVs. This is something that Ace has talked about for some time. It's been a big bug, and it makes basically integrated suppressors useless. Hardcore mode is displaying unintended HUD elements in private match. You guys have heard me talk about this one several times. Glad to see it on here. The bomb squad perk sometimes fails to protect players from death caused by nearby explosions, basically just rendering that perk obsolete. There's also some cool aspects of accessibility here trying to help out with the game. Colorblind players would like to see the implementation of color filters specific to HUD elements, such as XP indicators, ammo count, team scores, etc. And DMZ players would like individual volume sliders for squad mates to allow for more comfortable voice comms. Those would be really cool accessibility updates, and again, this Trello board really helps get eyes on that. And then one of my favorite elements of this Trello board is the general feedback tab. Just throwing out some cool ways to potentially improve the game. While, obviously the actual playability of the game really depends on most of the bugs here getting fixed, being able to improve this in any way, shape, or form is always the end goal. And if the devs are seeing this, they're also seeing the general feedback tab. Providing changes for playlist specific opportunities for faster sprint, ADS mantle, etc. Basically allowing us to play MW2 at a faster pace, but just in one specific playlist, sort of like an LTM. Global players would like the option to designate favorite operators, calling card emblems. It's something that we've had in the past that would be nice to see. Restoring map voting, I don't think will ever happen, but it is something that I think would be better for COD. Warzone Battle Royale should consistently offer solos, duos, trios, and quads always for standard modes. Wholeheartedly agree with that. Ranked players do not enjoy having to individually damage a downed enemy in order to gain an assist. This is something I think was slightly adjusted with Season 4, because I know I was getting assists for players that were still up if I didn't get a downed assist hit marker on them. So I think they're slowly fixing that, but it's still something that is prevalent here and there. And then players would like to see a blueprint preview feature that allows them to try a weapon blueprint in the firing range. That would be cool as well. So really good ideas that also could offer some solid positive changes to the game. Overall, this Trello is awesome, and I won't lie, I think it's a lot better than the standard Trellos because this is issues that are more unknown. A lot of what's on the Trello is them sort of saying, okay, hey, we hear that you guys are running into an issue with this. It's known issues that everyone is talking about. These, on the other hand, are ones that might slip under the radar, might be lesser known, that we can actually shine some light on. So really, really cool here. I will leave a link to Chad's Twitter down in the description below. He always takes feedback for this and also has like forums for submitting issues onto this as well. So be sure to check out that. But that's going to wrap things up for the video. If you enjoyed, let me know by dropping a like on it. It also does help get more eyes on this as well, so we can have that positive impact on the game. And if you guys want to stay up to date with everything in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.